Every time I think that I'm being too much. I think that I'm like, you know what? I need to relax and just embrace the wonderful things that AI does. One, I can hardly ever think of any. And two, I get a story like this. Hey guys, welcome to Real Movie Lovers, a podcast about real filmmakers having real discussions about real life. Topics include movies, TV, current events, and tech news. I'm your host, Lisa, and this week we're going to be talking about Johnny's Back, okay? Pirates of the Caribbean 6. And we're also going to be discussing our question of the week and how AI did another bad thing. But before we get into all that, please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that I know you're rocking with me. And feel free to comment. I love reading comments, and I definitely respond to comments. First, I want to express condolences to Hayden Panettiere's family at this difficult time. I know that for some of you like me, we grew up with her. My first introduction to her was like on a Law and Order SVU episode. She was so young. Her character, and then she just progressed and grew, into Remember the Titans and Heroes and Bring It On. Again, I think is the correct title for that one. And just recently on my reaction channel, we did a reaction to her movie Amber Alert with Tyler from Everybody Hates Chris, and it comes as a shock. So I just want to send out my condolences to the family, and just, drugs are no joke, and the Hollywood system is no joke, and life is no joke. So just embrace your loved ones and appreciate the people who you have while you have them. First up, in movies and TV checked out, I watched the new season of Jack Reacher, starring Alan Richardson. No, I think it's Richardson. Love this series, by the way. First of all, huge fan of Jack Reacher in general. Even when it was Tom Cruise playing it, loved it. I loved his interpretation of Jack Reacher, and I love Alan's interpretation of Jack Reacher. Now, I know that technically Alan's interpretation is more physically accurate, but don't doubt Tom. Tom came with the heat. So this new season, I'm 3 episodes in. I'm all in. Per the usual, Jack is just minding his business, trying to live his life, and he gets pulled into some mess, whether it be by some government people, or in this case, it's a woman who seems distressed, and he's unable to help her, and he wants to get to the bottom of why she made certain decisions that she made, and it starts to open up a whole can of worms, and it puts him in the crosshairs of the CIA. So Jack don't take too kindly to disrespect, and I love to see it. So I'm a big fan of like the revenge, fight 'em, and I love those movies. I love watching like street justice. I'm a big fan, and it is very fun watching Alan kick butt. He's really good at it on screen. But the dude's a big dude, so I'm pretty sure he can handle himself in real life. So if you're a fan of action, mystery, Alan, Jack Reacher, this is right up your alley. This season is pumping out strong, in my opinion. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm very curious to see where it goes. Again, I'm only 3 episodes in, so I don't know how much of the season is available to watch, but Amazon Prime, if you got it, you got it. If you got access to it, you got access to it, if you know what I'm saying. So watch it how you can and enjoy. Definitely full recommend. First up, we got Pirates of the Caribbean 6 Major Jack Sparrow change reportedly revealed. Yes, baby, Pirates is back, okay? We had a bit of a hiatus for about, was it 9 years? It wasn't that long. Was it that long? Oof. The first one dropped in 2003. That's when we first got introduced to Jack Sparrow and Captain Jack Sparrow. Put some respect on his name. And since then, we got a whole bunch of other ones. Let's see. The next one after that was Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End. I thought they were closing out that trilogy, but they were actually diverting, you know? Then we got Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. That's when my girl Penelope came on the scene. And then the final one was Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. That's one with oh my goodness, I like that guy. What's his name? You know, the villain in there, Javier Bardem. Dude knows how to play a villain.
What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Sir?
The most you ever lost on a coin toss.
Right? Oh my gosh. Okay. So that last one I did not watch, but I'm going to. I forget why. I think I was just, I don't know what I was doing. I don't know if I was just, pirated out, or if I just needed a break, or if I was just really busy. I cannot remember because that was all the way back from 2017. If I can't remember what I did yesterday, you think I remember the reason why I didn't watch a movie 9 years ago? No. Before we get all excited, okay, about, hey, Johnny's back, there are some stipulations for his return. And not just him coming back, Margot Robbie is in this new one, which I didn't know, but I do love Margot. I am a Margot fan. The issue for here is that Johnny's coming back as a supporting character. So he's not going to be the driving force for this movie. Honestly, it feels like they're doing this passing of the torch, where he's coming in with his Captain Sparrowness, and we've got Margot Robbie, which if she is taking over in a way, she will most likely also be a pirate. And the story is going to be mainly about her following her, and he's going to be in a supporting capacity. And I'm guessing they're going to divert, of course, after that, and just kind of like have her heading things up. It's definitely a smaller role for him. So here's the thing about it. Captain Jack Sparrow has been what has kept this franchise going, to the point where they didn't make any other movies without him. Think about that. It's been 9 years. They talked about it. They were messing around, casting and everything, but they didn't actually pull the trigger on anything until Johnny was more of a public acceptance. Public pleasing? Oof, that sounds dirty. Never mind. You know what I'm talking about. Johnny went through a whole bunch of stuff. Him and his ex, Amber Heard. Yada, yada, yada. Whatever side you stand on that. Boom, boom, boom. Johnny is making a comeback since. And then Disney's like, okay, it's been a while. It's been long enough. The noise around what's been going on has simmered down. So come on back, Jack. Again, Margot Robbie doing the damn thing. You hear me? Barbie was a juggernaut, right? That movie was great. She was a standout in Wolf of Wall Street, her scenes. And she wasn't even like a main character.
We're gonna be friends?
Yeah. You want to be my friend?
We're not gonna be friends.
They've already expressed that if this movie does good, that it's going to garner more sequels down the line. So I feel like this is a test run. So they're like, okay, can Margot enter this franchise, technically take it over and carry it? How well will this movie do? And that's why I guess it's important for them to have Jack have like a more minor role, so it gives her more chance to show the audience who she is and not who she is, but her character, express that and see if they fall in love with her character as they have with Captain Jack Sparrow. Like Johnny Depp really, like this movie is based on a ride at Disney. He took that and ran with it. You hear me? I am very happy about this development, about him coming back. And again, I'm going to be watching Dead Men Tell No Tales. I might have seen it. I'm assuming that I haven't because I'm not remembering much from it. But then I also don't remember much from Stranger Tides with Penelope Cruz. And I definitely watched that one. So maybe that's what the problem is. My brain was like, it was fun. No need to retain this information. Boop, off you go. So we'll see. Yeah. Now with this other information coming on board, I can just hear the keyboard warriors typing away, getting all hot and flustered. It's okay. Relax. I myself hope that they do her character justice. Okay, that they make who she is and her ability to lead authentic. I hate using that word authentic. It was so overused in the 2020s. Like, it was drove me crazy. Irregardless, I am excited for this. And I look forward to seeing where they go with this. That's it. What about you guys? Are you happy about this news? Are you interested? Are you a Johnny Depp fan? Have you written him off? Or are you just like, Pirates should have ended after the third one? I'm inclined to kind of agree. It was a really good, closing of the circle. But I mean, if they're going to keep making them, I'm going to keep watching them. All right, let me know. Hold up. Wait a minute. What time is it? Hey, what time is it? What time is it? Question of the week time. My favorite segment of the show. It is back to school time. We are at the beginning of fall. Kids are already in school, getting ready to go or about to go. And it got me thinking about some of those movies that kind of like really encapsulate the experience of when you move from childhood to adulthood or teenagehood to adulthood. And I thought, you know what? Let me pose this question to you guys on my platforms and see what some of your answers come back. So the question of the week is, what is your favorite coming of age movie? And the wonderful thing about a coming of age movie is it can be any genre. Okay? Comedy, drama, horror, you name it. So I posed the question, and here's what some of you guys had to say. Now, Josie for Culture actually said, I can't pick just one. I would have let you write down 10. I probably would have read 3, or 5. But I would have let you write down as much as you wanted. So next time, any answer. Pick something. Doesn't matter. Even if there's like a lot. 16D Puckett says, The Sandlot. Yeah.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I love The Sandlot. That was a good one. So these kids, right, who like they go out, they play, and they love baseball, and they lose. I guess the new kid moves into town in the neighborhood, and he loses his dad's signed autograph ball from, I think it was Babe Ruth, and he loses it in the neighbor's yard that like no one goes there. No one. So they're trying to concoct all of these things to try to get the ball, and it actually turns into like a wonderful twist of who that neighbor is and his connection and everything. And then the thing I love about it is the end of the movie, they kind of show you like 20 years later or whatever, like what ended up happening to them, like what these kids are all doing, and it shows how their personalities and their involvement when they were younger, how it kind of like directed their past when they were older and where they ended up. So it's a really come of age movie. I recommend. Sigmund Cinema says The Inkwell. I think this is the one with Lawrence Tate. I have never seen The Inkwell. Eric, sorry. Guess we have to add that to the list. The Crafty Misfit says Some Kind of Wonderful. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, this is one of those ones where it's like, it's 2 best friends, a guy and a girl, and one of them is like in love with their best friend, and helping the best friend trying to land the other person that they're in love with or they like or whatever, you can exit the friend zone, apparently. You're not doomed to be there forever in some cases. Spoiler alert, turns out pretty well. Next up, we have Rain the Artist. It says 13 going on 30. Oh my goodness. When I tell you, Jennifer did her thing with that. She did. I love that movie. And even the actress that played the younger version of her, like the whole entire cast, killed that movie. Okay? I love all of them. That was a good one. But I gotta tell you, never when I was younger did I wish to be older in my 30s. Like, I think the most I ever thought was like, oh, I can't wait till I'm a teenager. I don't think I went past that. I don't think I ever wished to be 30. So that was kind of the more modern, less problematic version of big, if you think about it. Quinn Call Official says Princess Mononoke. Oh, and they have added even more to that. They were like, it's so good. It's mostly about nature versus industrialization, but I think the journey the two main characters go through is kind of coming of age / loss of innocence. Okay, perfect. Love that. It'll go on the list, Quinn. Fast Forward Steve says, Breaking Away. I wrote a book about it. So Breaking Away is like it's from the 70s. Dennis Quaid is in it. I haven't seen it, but I am curious. Has anybody else seen this one? And let me know. But also congrats on writing the book about it, Steve. That's amazing. DBXNY2983 says, Light It Up. Oh, snap. That's the one with Usher, I think it is. Where it's like and Homeboy from 101, where it was I guess the poor conditions of a school caused some students to technically get pushed to the edge and take teachers hostage. Something like that. It was an interesting movie. Usher got to do a little bit more of the dramatic side. Drew Review 77 got real greedy and named like 5. He says, The Wood, 10 Things I Hate About You, Clueless, Dazed and Confused, Say Anything. Sorry, there's a lot of great films in this genre. Yes, there is. And you named them all. No, I'm just joking. Honestly, I'm surprised that no one said The Breakfast Club. Now, I use The Breakfast Club as the main question because like it's such everyone knows that as like a coming of age type of like movie for like the 80s. So keep in mind that Drew took some of my original answers that I had. So I didn't want to repeat them, but The Wood probably was number 1. Anyway, other than The Wood, I've got To All the Boys I've Ever Loved. That one is more of a more recent one that came out in the last 10 years. Has it been 10 years? And I really enjoyed that one. I watched it as an adult, but I really enjoyed that one. The main character, she writes these love letters and they get out and sent to the people that she wrote them about. They come looking and it's a whole mess in the most wonderful, funniest, cutest way. And it's got 2 sequel movies that are good as well. This is all on Netflix. And a spin-off show for one of the sisters because she was one of 3 sisters. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Recommend. Go check it out. That being said, my honorable mentions are My Girl and Class Act. I know some of you may be like, hey, what about House Party? I hear you. I hear you. But Class Act actually has more of a connection to me than House Party. Although I love both. So, yeah, Class Act is a whole thing. You've got a kid and play. In Class Act, they're not friends. They don't know each other, but they accidentally switch records, switch lives. So they are put in, let's just say, kid is the studious one, and he gets put with the riffraff. And play, who is the riffraff, gets put with all the eggheads. And it's really cool to see. I like it. It's funny too. I love it. So, and of course, My Girl.
His face hurts. And where is his glasses? He can't see without his glasses. Put his glasses on.
Oh, man. My Girl might have been the first real heartbreak that I had in a movie for live action. So that's it for the question of the week. Thank you guys for submitting your answers. If you are looking to participate in question of the week, please be sure to follow me on my Instagram, Real Movie Lovers, REEL, or NXG Global Productions. Also, Real Movie Lovers on Threads, X, and Facebook. So I post the questions on those platforms on Tuesdays. And you got to get your answers in on Tuesday by Tuesday night. Or early Wednesday morning, because that's when I record. And anything after that, unfortunately, you missed the boat. So be sure to do that. Got some nice questions coming up. So definitely would love for you guys to be a part of that. Our current event story. An autoimmune disease stole this man's memory. Here's how he's learning to cope. This is going to be a doozy. So apparently this autoimmune disease called encephalitis, whatever. Oh my gosh, I cannot say this. Okay, so this autoimmune disease, encephalitis, I think I'm saying that correctly. Maybe not. It attacks the organ that makes us. And it can appear out of the blue. So seemingly healthy people abruptly spiral with confusion, memory loss, seizures, even psychosis. Okay, new fear unlocked. Thanks. Before we start all panicking, okay, there's some good news. All right, doctors are getting better at identifying it. So this is because of discoveries of like different antibodies that are responsible, and they can found in the blood, spinal fluid, and they can help with them being able to diagnose the disease. So this is great. And every new year, new antibodies are discovered. So this is actually good news for us to be able to identify this autoimmune disease that takes a chunk of your personality, apparently. That makes you you. Is that what I'm being told? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because that's what I'm hearing. 2 major clinical trials are underway. So they're looking to establish targeted therapy with this, which would be good. Now, the thing about it is, sometimes symptoms look like something else. So symptoms can be mistaken for psychiatric or neurologic disorders, which could obviously delay treatment, causing more issues. So they urge you to kind of like really, if you have any of these symptoms, to not only get it checked out, but be open, because with early detection and treatment, you can fully recover. More good news. Basically, this guy, Christy Morrell, okay, he's like 72. He's a literature major, and he, I guess one day went out with his friends and came home, and his wife was like, "Oh, how was it? What'd you do?" And he could not remember anything of what he had just done. And then I guess more symptoms started showing up from there. So he's been getting his treatment, and he's still able to give you facts and figures that he learned a long time ago. And he's making new memories every day. But sometimes even family photos and things of events and stuff don't trigger memories for him. He's like, I don't remember that at all. Funsies. I thought that Alzheimer's was one of the only things that I had to worry about, although I think Alzheimer's is a little different in this case. Alzheimer's, it's progressive. Not that this isn't progressive, but I don't think it's a cure from Alzheimer's, whereas there is treatment for this. So you're able to stop it. Not reverse it, but stop it from in more damage. Okay, so the term encephalitis means the brain is inflamed, and symptoms can vary from mid to life-threatening. Infections are a common cause, typically requiring treatment of the underlying virus or bacteria. So The term actually autoimmune encephalitis covers a group of diseases that have weird sounding names. So it's just like a category, if you will, meaning there's more of these diseases that can target specific people. So there's one, like the anti-NMDA receptor encephalitis tends to strike younger women and sometimes triggered by an ovarian dermoid cyst. So that one specifically, something for us to worry about, be aware of. And then different antibodies create different problems depending on if they are hitting your memory or your mood areas of your brain, sensory and movement. Therapies include filtering harmful antibodies out of patients' blood, infusing healthy ones, and high-dose steroids to calm inflammation. So again, there's a way to treat it. So before you guys get worried, I'm not trying to sound some like crazy alarm and make you guys concerned. I saw this story, thought it was interesting, and bonus, there is treatment. So it's all gravy, baby. We're good. You know what? Let's move on from this story. I wanted to end on a high note, but unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, in today's edition of AI companies are basically James Bond supervillains. AI companies are buying and destroying antique books. Here's why. Apparently, historians, librarians, archivists, authors are they're at war right now against tech giants and artificial intelligence developers after an increasing amount of evidence shows, that they are buying rare and antique books, scanning them in, and destroying them. Slicing off the spines, destroying the originals, and just done. They're feeding these books into large language models. And I'm going to tell you why this is a much bigger problem than you think it is. So Anthropic, is the company that bought millions of physical books, hired contractors to slice their bindings off, feed the pages into the high-speed scanners, and then shred the originals. They literally have a name for it called Project Panama. Basically, the purchase of historic books starts spiking around 2022, And I guess spidey senses started to go off like, whoa, why are all these books all of a sudden in high demand being bought out? What's going on? So they started looking into this. And they found that there were rare and antique and out-of-print books that may not be otherwise preserved getting the chopping block. So not just books that they have bountiful copies of, but books where it's like, oh, we only have 10 copies of an antique book. Great. We are going to destroy this book that no one is printing. It's out of print. It doesn't get printed again. And I know that you guys are saying, oh, okay, well, it's going to be scanned in. You guys know as well as I do how easy it is to go in and make edits on a digital copy of anything now. You can edit PDFs. You can edit documents. Unless they're locked, which that's one thing. And even then, somebody has a password to that. And what if these companies that are doing all this scanning go out of business? What happens to all the archives? All of that? Does it get bought out? Does it get deleted? What happens? And have we lost those books forever? Oh, snap. Check this out. I didn't even know the investigation went this serious. So basically, a rare bookseller, who received an order for 1,000 physical copies of a book allowed reporters to place an Apple AirTag inside one of the books. Genius. So they were able to track the package. It went from California to Milwaukee, Colorado Springs, and ultimately ended at an Amazon-owned warehouse, coded by the company as VGT3. Oh, the logo had a Tyrannosaurus Rex preparing to eat an open book. And apparently employees were reported that they had nice jobs where all they did was scan books all day. Because they don't know what's happening. They don't really know. And if they do, maybe they just they don't think it's a big deal or they don't care. And the investigation revealed that major tech giants have dedicated industrial-sized scale book scanning facilities in order to train large language models, AI models. Why do you ask? I'm glad that you asked. Because they can no longer use the internet. Few reasons. One, the internet is full of AI slop now. So they don't want the AI learning off its AI slop, which on its own is a scary thing to think about because there's a lot more papers and pages being written by AI, created by AI. Secondly, they've had to deal with the legal issues of copyright infringement and lawsuits from authors, artists, photographers, and news outlets. But by buying legal books and scanning it, they found a loophole because there's, the first sale doctrine of the Copyright Act allows buyers of a physical book to destroy it if they please. They can do whatever they want with their book. So it's going to be hard to kind of go from there, as far as trying to hold their feet to the fire for doing this. Also, other lawsuits decided that converting a lawfully purchased print book into a digital file for internal model training is transformative fair use. What? To what? To what? Are you serious? That's a bunch of bull. The company, Anthropic, planned to scan between 500,000 to 2 million books over a single 6-month vendor contract. Internal documents said it planned to destructively scan all the books in the world. Destructively scan all the books in the world. Sources reported anonymous orders ranging from 1,000 to 1 million books per purchase. Used booksellers in the US, UK, and Europe report bulk orders for seemingly random nonfiction and out-of-print books. It's happening. Like we thought, I think the book is called Fahrenheit. There's been a few books that talk about, what happens when society their focus is destroy books, destroy literature to prevent further literature from being created. Like it's nefarious. And before you guys think that I'm jumping the gun here, an internal Anthropic planning document said, we don't want it to be known that we are working on this. They know that they're up to no good. They know it's bad. They know it's a bad look. This is some James Bond super villain-ish, for real. It starts with banning the books. Now you want to scan and destroy all the books so that you hold all of the information that can be edited, altered, adjusted, changed, including history. Y'all not seeing this? Y'all not connecting the dots? This is madness. This is not a good look. This is not good at all. Every time I think that I'm being too much, I think that I'm like, you know what? I need to relax and just embrace the wonderful things that AI does. One, I can hardly ever think of any. And two, I get a story like this. So even if you are one of the people who are not concerned about how it affects the environment, okay, maybe it's not your thing. Maybe one of the people who don't care that it's stealing from artists, from writers. Okay, maybe you're not bothered by all of the disgusting, gross-looking flyers all made by AI. Like my dog, people, Canva is free. You hear me? Free. They have a paid version, but the free version, seamless. I've used it. Let's say you don't care about any of that. You mean to tell me you're not bothered by the fact that their goal is to consume and own, essentially, access to all of the written work or as much written work as possible? You cool with that? You don't think that that could work against us somehow later in some other kind of nefarious way? Especially at a time when people are kind of coming back to physical media, to physical, tangible things, including books. No knock on my Kindle readers, okay? No knock on anybody who loves scrolling on their phone, reading the pages. No knock. I love a physical book more than, digital, but I'll do an audiobook if I got to. Sometimes you just don't have the access or the funds to buy every book you want to own like that. Not a physical copy. They're expensive. I get it. But this should be troubling you. It troubles me greatly. And I don't see anything being done about it. Out of print books are getting scanned and destroyed. Out of print. We've seen what happens when artifacts, when documents get lost in history. I don't like this. And this is not helping the AR argument for me. It's not making me embrace it any either. It's not helping nothing. But do let me know what you guys feel about this. How are you feeling? What are your thoughts on this? Did you know this was happening? Is this a pressure point for you? Do you care? Do you so? Let me know. All right. Thank you guys so much. That's it for me this week. I appreciate you guys so much. Please, once again, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, so you can all be up to date on what's going on. Many thanks to my Patreon members, Von, Kurt, and Thelma. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you're interested in checking me out over there, head over to patreon.com/NXG Global, where I post bonus content, behind the scenes, and member perks. Whew, what a doozy. I think I'm going to go I don't know, relax, have a drink, watch a movie. I need to decompress. See y'all next week.